Well, I guess it is always a challenge to hold audiences' attention after Arun has made his presentation. So guess let me see how best I can do. But maybe next time, Arun, you should take a course in presentation skills. I think that will definitely be very, very helpful to all of us. Yeah. Okay. So let me talk about putting together the foundation stone for the organization of the future, and it's always good to look back, from how we have evolved from past to present before we start talking about future. So here is an example from year 2000, one of our beverage customers and how his supply chain was looking like. Okay, so this company essentially a cola manufacturer and vendor. Okay, and what they used to do back then in 2013 was to run a manual audit of their vending machines, and at the end of the day, email the audit report to the warehouse, where they would check the inventory, put the crates in the truck that will go on the predetermined routes, and then somebody is hoping that the vending machines are full of stock. So it's pretty much kind of trust-based relationship. And the role of the CIO there was primarily being the custodian of IT assets, while the supply chain was managed by the procurement organization, the delivery chain was managed by the CEO organization, and then the responsibility of customer experience lied with the CMO. And CIO's role was primarily to ensure that the IT assets are doing the things they are supposed to do. Now, year 2013, the same cola major, and how does it look like? So in this case, now we have the same vending machines fitted with sensors, okay, that detect if the cola has run out of, if the machine has run out of cola, sends an automated report immediately, get checked on the server. They are the dynamic routes which are allocated to the vending machine, and it's no longer a trust-based relationship that the vending machine has got cola or not. Rather, somebody in the back end, they know definitely for sure if the cola is there or not. And the role of the CIO here, it's pretty much measurable impact. It's no longer just the IT assets, but it's about ensuring that your cash flow is maximized. It's about ensuring that the customer that the customer experience is right, which actually results in improvement of revenue and so on. So if we look at it, yeah, over past 15 years or so, the KRAs, the yardsticks by which a number of us are measured, has changed dramatically. What about future? So there are three kind of bold statements I thought I will make in the next three slides, which kind of pretty much also reflect the way technology is moving and how this could impact and become a catalyst for the businesses. So the first one, it's very bold statement coming from me. So while we are a total communications player, our primary business is still mobility, mobile. So the future is not really about mobile. The future is about mobility. Okay, so I think, and there's a bit of a difference. And to explain this phenomena, let me take you to the early days of internet. In the early days of internet, about 15, 18 years ago, there were a number of companies which went and put up their sites. Now, the success of the success in getting the right and the consistent engagement with their customers and monetizing those websites was not about getting the websites up in place and up and running. Rather, it was about how you are able to convert your websites into e-commerce. It was about how you are able to convert your websites into giving that add-ons to your customers. The same story pretty much replayed in the era of social networks. So now having a place, just having ourselves on Facebook or Twitter does not make us successful. We still need to have a consistent engagement and a meaningful dialogue with our customers to be successful there. So that's a story we think will play out in the world of mobile or mobility. Okay, mobile is pretty much nuts and bolts now. It's pretty much a means to communicate. Now, the difference between mobile and mobility here is the mobility also brings in the context. Mobility brings in the additional toolkits that you could use to translate your engagement with your customers into something more meaningful and make it consistent. So, be it accessing applications while on the move, be it utilizing additional forms of payments, money transfers, and so on. And mobile is actually being used in a lot of these places. And that's where the world is moving from mobile to mobility. And maybe 10 years down the line, some of the more successful enterprises will be the ones who leverage the world of mobility just the way today's successful enterprises leverage the world of internet and social media in last 10 years. And if I was to look at some of the statistics and analyst reports, it's very much true that the tablets have grown, are growing at a much faster rate than the PCs. I think many of our kids, their first interaction with the computing system happens to be a tablet and no longer the computer. My younger daughter, who is 7 years old, she no longer wants to. My elder daughter has a laptop, but my younger daughter, she barely plays on the laptop. She always wants this iPad and waits for me to get back home so that she can start playing on the iPad. Now, at the same time, if you look at what's happening in the world of development, more and more applications are now being developed for tablets, tablet being the first device rather than being developed for the PCs. So the second statement I wanted to make here is computers are dissolving into the environment. And while one could say it's about cloud, and computers are made of silicon and they are possibly going back into silicon, but it's much more than that. So they are, before I talk of this phenomena, the other two phenomena which pretty much changed or transformed the face of humanity forever was the Internet of Systems, the Internet that we know, and the Internet of People, okay, the likes of Facebook and so on. So the one which is still in its infancy but getting created is Internet of Things. Okay, something that will allow all these gadgets to talk to each other, get the technology infused into the gadgets and so on. So this again would help you and your businesses to kind of create or enhance the customer experiences, would help you to get into lives of your customers and create new models out of it. And if I look at it, connected cars, they're already there. A car has much more computing power than the ones which used to be there a few years ago. Then if I look at the most talked about innovations in the last 12 months, they happen to be Nest, kind of a thermostat that has the capability to sense temperature, pressure, climate conditions and so on, and remotely send it to your application. And then the other application which has been pretty much talked about over the last 12 months is IBG GlucoStar. And what this does is using an applet on the mobile phone and pretty much this add-on device which you see here helps you check various parameters around your blood and then gives you instant report. So yes, these new models are being created, and again, well, analysts do differ on the numbers, but they all tend to be in the range of between 20 billion and 50 billion, based on which analyst you would want to believe. Gartner says that there will be more than 30 billion devices connected to the internet by 2020, and that's going to be many more than the sum total of human beings plus laptops plus PCs all put together. The third trend that's pretty much here now is the diverse data flows. So more and more data is being generated outside our businesses and enterprises rather than from the inside of it. So if you look at India, in past 50 years, yes, we had the green revolution, we had white revolution, and possibly we are right now sowing the seeds of kind of a data revolution. Something like Aadhaar is going to generate these petabytes of data, okay, which you could pretty much use to link together various customer insights and so on. And then there are a lot of other models which are being created and discussed. Now, what does require is quick real-time movement of data from ground zero to your headquarters, or data centers, and then get the right algorithms and actions going on it, and then send the results back. So this is like real-time, hypersensitive data with full security around it. So again, IDC is predicting that by 2020, the digital universe will be 44 times of what it is today, which effectively means every enterprise will have about 44 times more data coming into the organization and going outside the organization, and then all the algorithms running on this. So if I look at these two trends, primarily technology-centric, that have the capability to change the face of business and drive the business innovation, and a big question is who is best suited to take the lead. And yeah, I think we possibly don't need to go far away. And who could be the leaders here? I'm sure you will recognize many of these faces. Okay, so pretty much people in the room here, and the best thing is because a lot of this is technology driven, you are in a unique position to be the change agents and create the business impact. So it's like Arun mentioned, it's not about coming from business and going down to IT, but yes, it could be coming from IT and then going down to business. Another survey of CIO priorities that was held a few months ago, and if you look at it in about 5 years' time, in past 5 years, the IT asset management has really moved down the chain. Okay, not down the value, but down the chain. That does not mean that IT is not IT. IT is still there, but more and more the KRAs of managing the IT is about not managing the IT itself, but the impact of IT on the revenues, on the efficiency of the respective organizations, and so on. Again, in light of these priorities, and we have seen the priorities constantly changing over the past few years, there is a unique opportunity to be the harbinger of change across the C-suite, and that's where I would like to introduce certain solutions and technologies that we have created at Vodafone Business Services over past year or so, which you could definitely leverage on to become the change agent in your organization. Yeah. So let me introduce some of these. The first one is hosted mobile device manager. Okay, we have heard about BYOD. We heard about this discussion in the panel yesterday about BYOD, and we have also been hearing about BYOD in a number of events and conferences. So VB has very recently launched hosted version of a mobile device manager, which helps you provide the flexibility without really making an upfront investment, and it's pretty much on a pay-as-you-go model, and it's pretty much metered just the way your data and voice is metered. And what it also allows you, because it's pretty much hosted, you don't need to really worry about upgrading it with every release and so on. That's done at the backend by us. So along with providing the flexibility, it also ensures that you have got the right visibility, full security and control of all the enterprise data on these devices. So that's one which we brought out. Second thing which we launched, and we have been the first telco in India to launch this, is an M2M platform. We launched in the market a few months ago, and this gives us the flexibility, and this gives us the power to kind of help you create new customer experiences, to help you enhance your customer experiences and get into your customers' daily life cycles. The platform that we brought to India is run by Vodafone across all its properties through the globe, and one of the most mature M2M platforms in the world, and we already have millions of subscribers and customers running on our M2M platform across the globe. And now the same facility, the same platform and capability is available in India for use by all of you. And pretty much it could help you create new revenue streams, suggest new revenue streams to your marketing folks, to your CEOs, pretty much build around location, the remote management, prognosis of your equipment with your customers, and so on. The third thing that we have brought out, and some of these have been there for some time. So yes, we have been doing the business of MPLS for many years now, but very recently we brought out IPsec VPNs and SSL VPNs to help you protect the information highway, and at the same time also help you protect the information inlets, and all of these in pay as you go. So you don't really need to spend upfront capex in buying these VPNs. You can buy it on an OPEX model. Same with protecting your information inlets and using technologies such as clean pipe and DDoS. The fourth one which we have brought out recently is helping our customers virtualize the communication and collaboration, and improving the productivity of foot soldiers on the move who are with the customers, improving the reaction time, and the information flow between your foot soldiers and the boardrooms. So I would encourage you to, we have a number of representatives here, and I would encourage you to talk to us on how we could help you solve your business solutions. And maybe if I could just have a show of hands from the Vodafone colleagues, so that you are identifiable. Yeah. So I would encourage the audience to have a word with the colleagues from Vodafone and talk about your business challenges and how we could help you solve it. I would also like to present a case study that we have. Can I have the AV, please? Where we helped ICICI Bank achieve faster mobilization of money. So this was not just about communications, but it was actually about faster rollouts of their POS machines and the mobilization of money. So if you could start the AV. Sure. So the story is about ICICI Bank, and as we all know, they are the largest private sector bank in India, and they had set a growth target for themselves at which was about 15% increase in retail money transactions, and they were hit with a unique problem. The problem was if they had to expand, they had to go to remote areas, and expanding the wired point of sale system was a unique challenge. And what they wanted to ideally do is, rather than wait for all the fiber and the infrastructure to be laid out, they wanted these POS systems to be rolled out immediately, and the business target was to improve the mobilization of money. And that's where we kind of offered them to move from wired POS systems to wireless, still providing the same security that wired POS systems provided. So what we effectively did was using a combination of mobility and fixed line solutions. We helped the movement of data on our wireless networks, backed by IPsec tunnels and lease lines, effectively our fixed line infrastructure, into their data centers. And because it happened to be wireless technology behind it, the rollout of these POS was pretty quick, and they were able to not just roll it out, they were also able to reduce their operational cost and improve their cash flow. So thank you so much. That's pretty much from my side.